Welcome to the exclusive video series where we're here to help you to live a better life. We're here to help you take your professional life and your personal life to the next level. We're here to help you to achieve self-mastery with whatever area of life you want to focus on right now. So earlier this week, or maybe it was the end of last week, we talked about the first video in this exclusive video series where we talked all about transforming your life in only 6 months. Now, it sounds too good to be true that you can completely transform your life from where you are now to where it is you want to go in just 6 months. But believe me, it's possible. I know it's possible because I was able to do it in my own life. And if you want a quick little recap of what we talked about in the last video, really the prerequisite heading into what we're going to talk about today, which is all about a step-by-step process to achieving your goals and to achieving this extraordinary life of yours. The only thing you need to know going into this training today is what is the one area of life that you are completely and dead set focused on right now? Which area of life do you want and do you commit to make progress in at this point of your life? And if we take a look at the different key areas of life, like we went over in last week's video, we've got your emotional health, your physical health, the health of your relationships with your friends and your family, your spiritual health, your connectedness to source, whether it's God or the universe or infinite intelligence or Buddhism or whatever the heck it is, and your financial health, the amount of money you're earning, but also the amount of money you're saving and the amount of money that you're investing towards outside investments or your business, whatever it may be. So these are the 5 key areas of life. Now, this is the thing about the key areas of life, like we mentioned before. Which area of life, by focusing on it and by placing 100% of your energy on this one area out of the 5, will make the most difference in the other areas as a result? I'm going to ask you that again. Out of these 5 key areas here, which key area, by focusing on it and placing all of your energy there, will create the most positive impact in the other key areas as a result? For example, for me, 6 years ago, I was 60 pounds heavier than I am now. I was very depressed. I was very anxious. I didn't even want to leave my home because I didn't want people to see me. I was embarrassed. My self-image was practically non-existent. So the first area of life that I had to focus on was my physical body. And by focusing on my physical body, it gave me more energy. It gave me more confidence. It gave me more enthusiasm to then move on and focus on the other areas of life. For me, it started with my physical body. And then at the same time, I started to become more conscious and become more aware of the thoughts that I was practicing on a daily basis, which is my emotional health. And after these 2 things, I started to meet different people. I started to find new friends who built me up, and I strengthened my relationships. I discovered the power of a gratitude practice in my life, which completely changed the way that I think about everything on a daily basis, which was my spiritual health. And it led me to then getting my finances in order, eliminating all of my credit card debts, finally investing in outside investments, finally investing in myself, and also investing in what is now my business. But for me, it started with this one area, physical health, and this one area impacted the rest of them. So let me ask you, which of these areas, by focusing on it, will make the greatest impact in your life? I want you to decide which area that is right now, because the prerequisite for what we're talking about today is you knowing which area of life you want to focus on first. Because today, we're going to take the key area that you want to focus on, and we're going to break it down into a step-by-step plan, a roadmap to your success in that specific area. Whether it's your losing weight, whether it's feeling better about yourself, whether it's finding new people in your life, or a spiritual practice, or your finances, whatever it may be. Because today, we're going to talk about achieving your goals step by step. And by the time you leave this training, you're going to have a roadmap to your goals, and you're going to experience more fulfillment on your way to self-mastery. Yes, I was able to get my body in shape. Yes, I was able to eliminate my credit card debts and find more friends in my life. But the number one thing that this provided for me, this success, this achieving of my goals 6 years ago and still to this day, was the feeling of confidence, where no matter what it is I wanted to achieve, I knew I would be able to do it. That confidence is priceless, because this formula that we're going to talk about today, which I call the success funnel, you can use this success funnel for any goals that you create at any point in your life. Whether you want to be promoted into management or move into a leadership role or start your own business or make more money in sales or get into politics or become a philanthropist, begin your own nonprofit, whatever it may be, this success formula, the step-by-step guide that we talk about today, is going to help you in anything that you set your focus on. Now, this exclusive video series is leading up to the second foundational Be Better Bootcamp. So about a month and a half to 2 months ago, we started the first ever Be Better Bootcamp. It was a massive success. A lot of people got incredible results with their physical body, their emotions, and a lot of professional results when it comes to their career. So this is the thing about the Be Better Bootcamp. It's launching at the end of this month. You can't get a ticket yet. It's not open yet to the public. I'm going to keep you posted on when this will be announced and when the cart will be open for you to register your spot for this upcoming virtual Be Better Bootcamp. But for those who aren't familiar with what it is, those who haven't seen all my videos leading up to this point, the Be Better Bootcamp is going to help you to amplify your life and your business success. It's going to help you make progress in whatever one of those 5 key areas you decided on the last piece of paper here, but it's also going to help you to make professional progress. When I started working on my fitness, when I started working on my finances, it helped me professionally as well to move up into leadership with the company that I worked with. It's going to help you to do that. It's going to help you to create more time in your life, to spend on the things that bring you joy, but also to spend with the people who you want to spend more time with. You see, we have proven methodologies to manage your time so that you can create the illusion of even having more time in your life. What would it look like if you had an extra few hours every single day that you could go to work on yourself? What would it look like if you could take the time that you already have and maximize it so that you get the greatest results, so that you could get done in 2 months what it takes most people 2 years to accomplish? You're also going to upgrade your confidence. We're going to talk about the formula for confidence, how you can create infinite amounts of it, but also how we're going to talk about how you can tap into this confidence whenever you want to. And then you're going to build massive momentum in the process of all these things towards your yearly goals. The boot camp opens at the end of this month. For those who aren't familiar with what's included in the boot camp, the Be Better Boot Camp is a 6-week virtual experience. It starts the end of September and it's going to end at the very beginning of November. It's virtual. You don't have to go anywhere physically. You can take this from the comfort of your own home. You can take this from the office. You can tune in on the way to work. I don't recommend that. I recommend you have a notebook and a pen handy so that we can really dive into each mastery session every single week. But it's a 6-week virtual experience where by the end of it, you will graduate and you'll be certified. You'll be awarded a certificate for going through the Be Better Bootcamp that you can put on your LinkedIn profile. You can post it to social media, all those things. You're also going to get the complete guided workbook. It's a physical workbook that you can hold in your hands and write down all your notes and go through all the processes and mastery sessions, again, from the comfort of your own home. And we're going to ship that right to you. You're going to have that physically. You're also going to be with a community of winners. This right here will help with your relationship mastery. You're going to be around other people who want more from their life. You're going to be around other people who want to win. You're going to be around other people who aren't going to settle for what society has pushed upon them. You're going to be able to be around others who are also dedicated to their success in an exclusive community. You're going to get complete access to the Be Better course library, where you're going to find my goal-setting course called Life Designing Secrets, where we'll help you to create goals that actually change your life. And you're also going to get access to the Mind Body Accelerator course, which is a course stock full of my most advanced strategies that you can watch and listen to on demand from anywhere you choose, even from your phone. You'll have access to the course library, which is a VIP membership portal. And when you sign up at the end of September, once we open the cart here, you're going to get access to 2 bonuses. The first bonus is you're going to get a one-on-one mastery call with myself, where we'll spend 30 to 45 minutes to an hour together talking about your goals, talking about the outcome that you specifically want from this boot camp, so that I can help to personalize this experience for you, so that we can bring you from where you are now to where it is you want to go. And then the final bonus here is you're going to get a signed copy of my book, Be Extraordinary, Your Guide to Self-Mastery, which is stocked full of the strategies that will help you to take action towards that one key area of life that you are focusing on right now. And when you move on to the next key area of life, it's going to have strategies for that key area as well. I'm so excited to have you in the boot camp. I'm so excited to hear what you think. I'm so excited for you to get results like the many other people who've gotten results. Normally, this boot camp is going to be $2,315. That's the value of everything added up. The 6-week calls. It's going to be the complete guided workbook. It's going to be the community of winners. It's going to be the one-on-one call. It's going to be the everything that I just mentioned on the previous flip chart. Normally, that's all worth $2,315. And for you at the end of this month, you're going to be able to get access to this virtual guided experience for only $197 for everything that I just showed you, along with the 2 bonuses. You're definitely not going to want to miss out. And this video series is designed to help you take steps forward, even if you don't join the bootcamp at the end of this month. So speaking of that, today, we're going to be talking about the step-by-step process to achieve anything it is that you're setting your mind to right now, with a process that I like to call the success funnel. Now, once I decided that I wanted to focus on my physical body, I followed this exact process to go from 260 pounds to 190 pounds, actually like 185. I lost more than 60 pounds. It also helped me to eliminate all my credit card debts using the same exact process. It allowed me to incorporate a spiritual practice into my life and up myself into the realm of leadership in the company that I worked with, following the same exact process. So no matter what it is you want to improve in, this is the tried and proven method that will get you results in your life. But just so you have an idea of who I am, if you're not familiar with me, my name is Brandon Eastman. I operate and I'm the founder of Be Better Industries, where our mission is to help people make positive improvements and transformation in their life. I love to help people focus on the 5 key areas of life that I wrote about in my book, Be Extraordinary. But I didn't start with a business. I didn't start with a published book. I didn't start with a course library. I didn't start with these programs and coaching. I didn't start with any of that. I started at 18 years old in the world of sales. And I've always been a natural salesperson, but I started in this world. I started making great money to the point where I was 21 years old and I was earning 6 figures every single year consistently. And I was earning great money, but I wasn't happy with where my life was at this point. I was overweight. For those who are in sales, you know, it's a lot of sitting behind a desk. You know, it's a lot of ordering takeout, ordering DoorDash as it is now. It's a lot of being sedentary, not moving around a lot, just talking to people, building cool relationships and meeting cool people, but not necessarily taking care of your physical body, which is one of the most important elements of self-mastery. So I was 60 pounds heavier than I am now. I was earning a lot of money, but I was also spending a lot of money. I was spending more money than I was making. I had racked up thousands of dollars of credit card debt, and I was just generally very, very unhappy and unfulfilled in my life. I was earning great money, but I kept asking myself, is this all there is? Is money all there is? I didn't even want to leave my home because I didn't want people to see me. I didn't want people to see this new fat Brandon, this anxious Brandon, this depressed Brandon. And it got to the point where I started to self-sabotage in practically every area of my life. I was self-sabotaging in my relationships. I was self-sabotaging hardcore at work, to the point where I was about to look for a different job that was going to pay me a lot less money, thinking that the grass was greener on the other side. Thank God I did not do that. And instead, I had a mentor come into my life. And you've probably heard the quote, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. And this teacher appeared for me. And they asked me, Brandon, what do you even want in your life? And I said, I just want to feel better. So he gave me a book called The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. And The Secret is a book that mentions your thoughts become things. What you think about, you send out into the universe, and the universe delivers back to you whatever it is you're thinking about. So if you're thinking thoughts of happiness, positivity, thoughts of your goals, thoughts of what you want in a positive light, you're going to manifest those things into your life. But the opposite is also true. If you're complaining, if you're gossiping, if you are complaining about where you are in life, you're complaining and saying that you're not going to get to where you want to get to, then those things will also come true as a result. So I read this book. I made big changes. Within 6 months, I was able to release 60 pounds of weight from my body. I was able to become more conscious and aware of my emotions. It allowed me to move up into leadership, where I started to train new salespeople. I started to help other salespeople transform their own life, which led me to my business now, Be Better Industries, where I help leaders and purpose-driven achievers to accomplish more in their life, to have more satisfaction and fulfillment, to follow their own purpose so that they feel like they're getting the most out of this one life that you have, depending on what you believe, right? So the first area that I went to work on was my physical body. So let me ask you, what is it that you are focused on right now? What is your goal that you want to achieve, that you're thinking about all of the time? And if you're saying to yourself, well, you know, Brandon, I just don't know what goal I want to achieve right now. I'm not sure what's next for me. Well, the first step of this success funnel is this. The first step of this entire process is you have to know what you're doing it for. You have to know your outcome. You have to know the goal. You have to know the end destination. Stephen Covey, in his 7 Habits for Highly Successful People, it's a great book, he talks about having the end in mind. So no matter where you are now, where is it that you want to go to? What is the end result, the outcome that you have in your mind? This is why last week we talked about the 5 key areas of life. The purpose of that was to help give you an outcome, help to give you a direction. So what is that direction that you're heading in? Do you want to earn more money? Do you want to move up in the company that you're with? Do you want to build your book of business if you're in sales? Do you want to open your own business? Do you want to move to a different part of the country? Do you want to mend and build new relationships? Do you want to adopt a spiritual practice? It doesn't matter what the outcome is. What's most important is that you have an outcome in the first place. Specificity is the key to achieving what it is you want. If you're not specific about what you want, then you're going to attract a lot of different things into your life, right? If you simply say, I want to earn more money, that's really cool. And I'm happy that you've taken the first step. However, it's not specific enough, because you have to imagine that the universe is a person that you're talking to. Imagine that the universe is a genie, and you get to ask this genie for anything that it is that you want in your life. Well, what would happen if you looked at the genie and you said, well, I just want to earn more money? The genie could hand you a quarter and say, here's what you wished for. And then he disappears because you've used your one wish. Or you look at the genie and you say, I want to lose weight. Well, you're wearing a hat. The genie reaches over, lifts the hat off your head and throws it. You just technically lost weight. You weigh less than you did when you were still wearing the hat, right? It's a silly example, but the point of this example is you have to be very specific about what it is you want to achieve. So if you looked at the genie and instead said, I want to eliminate $20,000 of credit card debt, then the genie is going to say, your wish is my command. Snaps his fingers, guides you through the success funnel, maybe a little bit quicker if he's a genie, and you get to where it is you want to get to, which is your end result. Or you look at the genie and you say, I want to release 60 pounds of weight from my body. And the genie says, your wish is my command. He guides you through the success funnel. If your wish is to be more confident, well, how can you be more specific with that wish? You could ask yourself the question, how will I know when I'm more confident? The thing is, you are confident at times throughout your day. There's times when you're smiling. There's times when your head is high, your shoulders are back, your breathing is full. There are currently times where you feel amazing. So how will you know when you're more confident? The key to your outcome here, the first step in the success funnel, is being as specific as possible. If you want a new car, what color is the car? What year is it? What trim level do you want? Do you want to buy it new? Do you want to buy it used? Right? What accessories are on the inside? What does the interior look like? What dealership do you want to buy it from? Right? The more specific you can be, the more likely it is that you're going to bring that reality into your life. Now, once you have your outcome, the next very important step here, quite possibly the most important one of all, is this. It's your red dot. And your red dot is so important because I want you to think of your red dot as a bullseye, okay? You've got a bullseye, right? Let me write one right here. It's going to be terrible, but that's okay. You've got a bullseye. Your red dot is the vision. Your red dot isn't the outcome that you want. It's not the short-term goal, because that's really what your outcome is. It really is your short-term goal, your short-term goal. Your red dot is the vision that your short-term outcomes are leading you to. So when it comes to your red dot, this is what it is that you're moving towards with all of the goals that you set and create for yourself that you begin to make progress towards. Now, think about your red dot in this way. What is it that you're so driven to achieve that it excites you to jump out of bed in the morning and take steps towards this outcome? What is it that gets you out of bed? What is it that lifts your spirits? What is it that fills you up with energy and joy? And when you think of it, it gets you excited. That's your red dot. And my question that I would ask you to help you determine what that is in your life, to help you determine what your red dot is I want you to imagine an ideal life for you 3 to 5 years from now. If I sat you down and said, hey, what does your life look like 3 to 5 years from now if you could have and be doing anything that it is that you want or want to be doing? What would you be doing with your time? If money wasn't an option, if money didn't matter, and your life could look however you wanted it to, travels, the home that you want, the car that you want, the level of income that you're earning, the people that you're helping, the purpose that you're fulfilling, what does your life look like 3 to 5 years from now? That is your red dot. And it's not enough to know the short-term goal and the short-term outcome with specificity. The next step is you have to know the vision that short-term goal is leading you to. So sure, I love running these programs. I love working one-on-one with my clients to help them get personal and professional results so they can make progress in their life. I love the courses I create. I love the live videos. But what this is leading me to is to be able to work wherever I want, to be able to be wherever I want to be with the people I want to be with whenever I want to do those things, to travel the world, to see wherever I want to see. I'm already making huge progress towards this because I want to speak to thousands of people. I want to help thousands of people to change their lives in a group setting, one-on-one, whatever it might be, right? My vision is that. My outcome is to do what it is I'm doing now in order to bring myself to this vision. So what is this vision for you? What is this bullseye for you? And you're going to throw a lot of outcomes at that dartboard. You're going to throw a lot of outcomes, the darts, at the dartboard here. Only a few of them are going to get close, but eventually you throw the fourth dart, the fifth dart, sometimes the first one if you're really good at darts, but you get better with experience, right? Eventually you'll throw the dart and it will hit the bullseye, and it's going to hit the vision that you want. And you're going to look back 3 years from now, 4 years, 5 years, maybe sooner, and you're going to say, wow, I remember when I said that I wanted my life to look like this today, because you followed this process. And you knew exactly where it was you were headed. So once you have the short-term goal or the outcome, you know the vision that it's leading you to, that's when we go to the step that makes all of this possible, which is taking action. Now, this is the step that a lot of people forget. This is the step that a lot of self-help books don't necessarily talk about, which is the action. This is the compound effect in action. Okay, because a lot of people have an idea of what they want. They know that they should lose weight. They know that they should find a different job with more opportunity to rise up in the ladder. They know that they should get around better friends and different people who align with their values, who align with their goal. But those individuals fail to take action. Those individuals fail to go out there and try a lot of different things and make mistakes and learn from those mistakes and continue on to get to where it is they want to get to. A lot of people hit a roadblock and they stop. Like, I remember the first event that I ever did was in 2019. I spent over $2,000 marketing this event to get as many people there as possible. And I got 8 people at this event. 8 people. I spent $2,000, more than that. And 4 of those people were my family. My mom, my dad, my brother, my sister. So it just goes to show you're going to take action and you're not going to get the result that you want immediately. But the key here when it comes to taking action towards this goal that you have, which will lead you to your vision, the key here is you need to keep going. You need to ask yourself, what can I do today that will help me to take steps towards this outcome of mine? What can I do today? Just one thing each day. Imagine that, one thing each day. 365 days from now, that's 365 pieces of action that's going to bring you here. I can guarantee you, even if you have no freaking idea what you're doing, if you just start doing things, one thing each day towards the outcome that you want, I can practically guarantee you that you're going to get to where you want to get to, as long as you follow the next step in the success funnel. Because once you start taking action, you're going to mess up at times. Once you start, you're going to hit a roadblock, an obstacle. People are going to say things to you that might rub you the wrong way. People aren't going to support you. You're going to have haters. You're going to have people who do support you. And once you do run into those roadblocks, the next step is this. You're going to have to learn to constantly adjust your approach. What do they do on the sailboat? I've never been on a sailboat, by the way, but I've seen cool movies with them, and I've talked to people who've been on them before. On the sailboat, you start to go in a direction, but 90% of the time, you're actually going off course. So you constantly have to make slight adjustments to the sail on the boat in order to continue going in the direction that you want to. You see, you might start to take steps towards making more money. You might start to take steps towards rising up in leadership, but you're going to hit a roadblock. You're going to hit the obstacle that you didn't want to run into. The thing is going to happen. The gym is going to close. The pandemic is going to be here, right? All these different things happen, but the true achievers, those who are most successful, ask themselves the question, how can I course correct? They ask themselves the question, I might have messed up with this piece of action, but how can I go around it or go under the obstacle or go over the obstacle? What is it I can do now so that I can take another step in the right direction towards my outcome that will lead me to my vision? The key here is to adjust your approach. Thomas Edison tried to invent the light bulb 10,000 times. It took him until the last try to achieve the light bulb. Sylvester Stallone tried so many different times, actually over 100 times, going to 100 different booking offices to get himself as an actor into a movie. He kept going. Imagine if he didn't. Imagine if he didn't keep going. You wouldn't have ever seen Rocky. Imagine if Thomas Edison didn't create the light bulb. Someone else would have created it. You wouldn't even know Thomas Edison's name. The trick here is to continue making progress and adjusting your approach when necessary. And it will be necessary very often. The key to adjusting your approach is to ask yourself what didn't work. Be very objective with what didn't work in your favor. And then ask yourself, what can I do different this next time? That's the key to taking action and adjusting your approach. And once you do all of these things, once you have an outcome, once you're aware of your red dot, which is the bullseye, which is your vision, once you're taking massive action, a lot of things, one thing each day, and you're adjusting your approach to stay on course, you activate final piece, which is the universe. You activate this thing that causes situations and circumstances and events to happen in your life. Some people call this serendipity. Some people call this grace. Some people call this luck when things happen that are too good to be true. Some people call this God. Whatever it is you call it, this is the force that comes to your aid to help you to get to where it is you want to get to once you follow these 4 steps. Now, it's important that you follow these 4 steps, knowing what you want, having your vision constantly in mind. This is why people have vision boards around their home so that they see their goals every single day. And then you take action, and then you adjust your approach, and then the universe comes to your aid to help you to make it a reality. But this final piece doesn't catch on until you're doing the other 4. When you see people out in the world that are accomplishing incredible things, and you look at them and you say, I'm so happy for them. It's so incredible how they're doing these things. How are they doing it? How does it always seem like they're getting the great end of the deal? How does it always seem like they're doing everything right? Well, the reality is they're not doing everything right. They're just doing a lot more right things than people who aren't taking any action at all. So people generally see the celebrations, people generally see the accomplishments, but people don't see all the hard work that went in behind the curtain. People don't see all the hours spent on self-improvement, on going after the goal, on going through the dirt to get to where it is you want. People don't see that. They just see the end result. And it's very important to activate this secret key, the universe, in your favor. You have to follow the 4 steps here. So speaking of the Be Better Bootcamp, one of the attendants of the bootcamp, Jamie DeLuca is her name, incredible individual. She's in sales, she's driven, she's constantly looking to improve her life, just like the other people in the bootcamp. And Jamie's goal was she wanted to build her book of business with Aflac, the company that she works with. She wanted to build her book of business and set more appointments. And Jamie didn't like going on the phone. She didn't like picking up the phone, making the cold calls, doing what had to be done. So we went through this process. I said, what's your outcome? Her outcome was to build more business. Her outcome, her vision, was she wanted to have a book of business where she never even had to make another phone call again, because all of her past customers were simply sending her more and more customers. So we took a look at the action, and just simply picking up the phone wasn't enough. Obviously, she didn't like that. It wasn't getting the result that she wanted. So we went inside and we went to the inner work, and we looked at the emotional health, where we were actually able to take action. We tried a lot of different things, but eventually we helped her to rewire what it meant to make a cold call in her mind. We helped her rewire the emotional associations that she had with picking up the phone, feeling that sense of dread in her body, and we replaced that sense of dread with what it is that she loved. She loved nature. She loved her friends. She loved relationships that she had in her life. And we helped her associate those feelings to the action of picking up the phone and making the phone call to set the appointment to build her book of business. We continued to adjust the approach. And once she did that and changed her emotional associations, the universe came into play, and now she's setting more appointments than ever, closing more deals than ever, setting appointments with all these incredible businesses, getting on the phone and feeling good about it. She reached her income, and it only took her a couple weeks to do that. So the last video was how to change your life in 6 months. Sometimes it only takes a few weeks. It only takes a few rewiring of the circuits that we have in here. Another person that comes to mind is Christine. Now, Christine Smith is the founder and owner of Ripple Effects. She just went through this past boot camp as well. And Christine's outcome for the boot camp was she had this strange feeling in her body. This feeling that we had the label, and I think she called it this flutteriness feeling. It was like a fluttery feeling in her body that she didn't like. And she had this fluttery feeling in her body every morning. She had it in the afternoon. She had it at night. She was literally feeling this disempowering emotion all throughout her day. And within a few weeks, we were able to help Christine eliminate that feeling from her life, which has caused her to feel better throughout the day. And because she feels better, she's taking more effective actions and getting the results that she wants personally and professionally. We helped Christine to do that in just a few weeks. We can do that with any emotion, by the way. I can help you to eliminate emotions of anxiety, emotions of depression, emotions of angst, emotions of anger, whatever it may be. We can help you to feel the way that you want to feel in the next Be Better Bootcamp, which starts at the end of this month, like we mentioned at the beginning of this video. So be sure to check that part out if you haven't already seen it. Now check it out. You might be saying a couple things at this point. You might see this success funnel. You might have seen the 5 key areas of life. You might have seen the boot camp, and you understand how the Be Better Boot Camp will help you to go from where you are to where it is you want to go. But you might be saying, Brandon, I just don't have time right now. I've got a full-time job. I'm working on the day that the boot camp is, even though you don't know what day it is. Your mind probably already thinks that it is going to be on a day that you're working. And Brandon, I just don't have the time in order to make this happen. I've got my family, I've got my job, I've got my parents I take care of, whatever it might be. This is the thing. And this is the beautiful thing about the Be Better Boot Camp. The boot camp is completely virtual, meaning you can access the boot camp from wherever you want to in the world, from your phone, from your computer, from your laptop. If you miss one of the mastery sessions during the 6-week boot camp, you can replay the lesson on demand so that you can go through the mastery session and you can still take the lesson that leads you into the next week's mastery session. Even if you're never there live in person for the Be Better Boot Camp, you can replay it at your convenience on demand whenever you choose to. You have access to the entire VIP membership portal where you can go in there and rewatch the lesson that you missed. But you might also be saying, I don't know, Brandon, I don't think this is going to work for me. I've tried a lot of different things in the past. I've tried different courses. I've worked with another coach. I've never worked with a coach, and I'm just nervous about paying money to get a result that I want. I completely understand that. I completely get it. Just because you haven't gotten the result that you want yet doesn't mean that you won't in the future. The Be Better Bootcamp is different because I personally help to guide you from where you are to where it is you want to be. I personally help you do that through the one-on-one mastery session that you and I have together as a bonus for you joining the bootcamp once it opens at the beginning of this month. But the virtual community, this exclusive community of winners, is here to help guide you along the way. The structure of the Be Better Bootcamp is different than anything that's out there in the market to help you to go from where you are to where it is you want to be. And the reality is, if you don't do something, if you don't begin following this success funnel, and if you don't join the bootcamp, 6 months from now, you're going to be exactly where you are now. You might make slight progress. You might achieve something, right? But what if you could achieve in 6 weeks what it would normally take you 6 months to a year or even longer to achieve? So you saying this won't work for me, you have to bet on yourself. You have to. You have to believe in you. You have to look at your past and see all the amazing things that you've already done in your life. And you have to say to yourself, if I was able to do these different things, then I know that I'll be able to do this. If I was able to do this, then I know that if I bet on myself, I know this bootcamp will allow me to go the extra mile and build momentum and increase my confidence and get me more personal and business success. You must bet on yourself. But don't worry. You don't have to make a decision now because the boot camp isn't even open to the public right now. It's going to open to the public around September 22nd. So stay tuned for that because the next exclusive video in this series is going to be all about the keys to self-mastery. And the next exclusive video in this series is going to be on September 21st, which is a Tuesday. So next Tuesday, September 21st, we're going to talk and dial into the keys of self-mastery. We're going to talk about the foundations of living with purpose so that you can experience more joy and fulfillment in your life. We're going to go over the structure that I created called the 5 Ps of self-mastery. Because now that you know what you want, you know the one key area of life that you're going to focus on. You have the formula here to begin taking action now towards what it is you want. Now we can really dial it into the 5 principles that will help you to get there faster. And that's going to be on September 21st at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm really excited to see you there. Keep a lookout for the invitation. Keep a lookout for the reminder. And be sure to keep a lookout for when the Be Better Bootcamp launches later this month. Hey, I'm really curious. Please leave a comment below with what it is you're going to do after this mastery session here, this exclusive video. What are you going to do now with all this new information that you just got? I can see you watching. Go ahead, leave a comment right now with what you took away from this and what is it that you're going to do. And if this video helped you with this success funnel concept, then please share this with a friend so that they can follow this process as well. Comment below, share it with a friend. Thank you so much for watching and being here on this beautiful Wednesday morning. And until next time, continue to be better.